What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and it's another week of Fortnite Battle Royale, which means another week of Sprite changes and things to do on the island. And this week, it's kind of a smaller one than usual, but I still want to make a little bit of a recap so you can keep in the know with everything going on with these sprites. Now, firstly, the main thing I want to mention here is that when it comes to all the sprites that are actually releasing, there are already things that have been somewhat released before, and I've gone ahead and reactivated the ones I personally already owned so I could showcase it to you guys. But if we go all the way to the bottom here, these 5 have not been enabled and haven't been able to be claimed by anyone before. So anything you see here, like the Gem Loot and Llama sprite or the Ironmouse sprite, have been things that are actually on my account right now. Now, firstly, let's go ahead and start off today's video by talking about the Ironmouse sprite. If you played this update when it first came out, you might have actually gotten the Ironmouse sprite. It regenerates health over time when you're low on health, and while you're regenerating HP, you gain that cloaked invisibility effect. So it's kind of more of like a buffed version of the Ghost sprite, if we can go ahead and grab that one real quickly, where this one, actually no, that's the Dream sprite. Where's the Ghost one? Oh, it's right above it. I'm dumb. But as you can see, this one grants a cloak duration for like a small amount of time whenever you actually reload. But this time, this is actually more of a stealthy, hey, recover your HP sprite. And then, of course, the higher the sprite level, the more health it will actually give you back. It won't give you shield at all, but and I don't think it will like take you to full health, but it still will kind of keep you from teetering over the edge of dying. Now, as I mentioned, this was something that was enabled when the update first came out. However, it got vaulted because of the fact that it wasn't actually supposed to release as of right now. Now, if you're someone like me who actually owned it beforehand and even mastered it, it won't show in the sprite menu over here that you actually mastered the sprite, but once it gets re-enabled on tomorrow's date, you know, around like 9 a.m. Eastern time, maybe 10 a.m., which is Ironmouse's like debut anniversary, you will be able to either re-progress the one you already have. So if you already had it mastered, it will already be mastered and in your inventory once that update kind of comes out tomorrow. And if you're someone who hasn't already gotten the Ironmouse sprite, you'll be able to find it in a match perfectly normally. So this is something where, you know, it's one of those things where they accidentally enabled it early. If you're someone who got it early and you mastered it early, you get to keep it, you know, no big deal there. But if you're someone who didn't get it, this will be your opportunity starting tomorrow to go ahead and grab the Ironmouse sprite. Now, as I mentioned, there's also going to be gem sprites releasing this week, and the Gem Loot and Llama sprite, believe it or not, is already released. But some of the other ones, like the Gem Water sprite and the Gem Duck sprite, previously were only obtainable through a glitch with the Sprite Hunt Rift anomaly. Once they get enabled over on August 6th, you'll be able to go ahead and grab the gem sprites in game from all type of chest sources, the Rift anomaly, from the sprite chest, from normal chest, everything else, and it'll be something that you'll finally be able to collect. Now, in terms of all the gem sprites there are, we have the water sprite right here, we have the duck sprite, we have the loot and llama sprite, of course, we got a gem earth sprite, we have a gem demon sprite, or devil sprite, whatever it's called, we have a gem version of the 0 point sprite, a gem version of the aura sprite, and a gem version of the grim sprite. You can kind of tell that one of these is the grim, you know, for example, this one based on just the icon overlay right there, and then the other one is aura based on its icon overlay as well. But these are the sprites that you'll be able to grab. So, you know, it's not like every single sprite's going to be getting a gem version, but it is still cool to see that they're going to have a decent amount of things with a gem version and some things for you to go ahead and grind out while we're at the very end of this season. And of course, like I already mentioned with Ironmouse, if you had a certain sprite like the gem water one before they got vaulted, you will be able to actually get it right away with its current level right when they're re-enabled in the game. So if you already have 2 or 3 of the gem sprites that you aren't able to use right now, you can continue using it once the update actually goes live on the 6th. Now, in terms of other content updates, we have August 8th being a gem power hour, which means you'll be able to go ahead and find a lot more of those gem sprites. Hopefully we get 2 lucky locators to find the, you know, the hardest sprites out there, like 0 point and grim sprite during it, because I'm gonna be honest, my luck is not gonna be in my favor to find either of those. And then other than that, it's not really, you know, too much content. I know for like half of this image, it's like Pilly Hour. It's like, hey, do you want a banana? You get bananas on Monday. You get bananas on Tuesday. And you get bananas on Wednesday. But that's something that we've kind of already expected. Now, the only thing to really mention there is originally it looked like it was supposed to end on like August 4th in the morning time, but then they extended it to go through August 5th. Not for sure why they did that. Maybe they just wanted to do it for some reason. But I think it's weird that at the end of this season, right, you know, when we have like 100+ sprites in the game, instead of just having like sprite hours every single day, Why are we focused on the banana? Like, I get the banana marks rare sprite variants nearby, including enemies with variants, and it reveals your location, but I would rather just have a higher chance of getting the rare variants than, hey, let's mark everyone near me who has a rare variant. Regardless of the case, however, it's going to be nice to see that we're finally going to be getting some of those sprites that released a little bit early, enabled for everyone to enjoy, such as the Ironmouse sprite and such as the different gym sprites. Now, I am glad they didn't scrap the gym sprites because, fun fact, if you actually mastered one of these, like if I had this at level 5 already and I went over to the Sprite Pod back bling, I would be able to go ahead and actually equip it on the back bling, and I would be able to use it right now even though it wasn't actually enabled in the game properly. So it's nice to see that it's not going to be something that taunts me for getting it to level 4 and never going past that, and it will be something that all of us will be able to go ahead and enjoy on the Sprite Pod back bling out of the 98 different variants this pod back bling actually has. Now, of course, the missing variants that got added in the most recent game update will be added to this back bling with the next season launch. So if you're someone who feels like you're missing out on certain variants here and there, even though you've mastered absolutely every sprite there is in the game, don't worry, in the next update you should be getting them. The only ones that I do believe aren't going to be put on this back bling is going to actually be, no, the Batman sprite's right here. Yeah, so I think every sprite's going to end up on the back bling regardless, so you don't have to worry about that much. It just most likely won't end up with like the Ironmouse sprite on the Guardian skin that you actually get in the battle pass. Until next time, however, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. So until then, peace out.